This is Kimberly Wilson, and welcome to the 464th edition of Tranquility du Jour, bringing you doses of tranquility via podcast since 2005. So Tranquility du Jour is a series of nourishing conversations about living a full and meaningful life with tranquility and a splash of style. In this week's edition, I share summer style tips. I heard from a listener who was like, talk about how to wear summer black. And that's been on my to-do list for a couple months, so here it is. Also, I'm going to share a packing list and ideas to help you start the transition from summer into fall with the same summer wardrobe. Now, if you're new to Tranquility du Jour, there's a start here link in the show notes that can be found at kimberlywilson.com/464. Also, if you're not signed up yet for the Love Note, sign up to get exclusive content, personal updates, playlists, and giveaways not shared anywhere else. And it also gives you access to Tranquil Treasures, where you'll find MP3s, videos, PDFs, and more. If you have a moment to share a review on iTunes or Amazon, I'd be so very grateful, and you may just hear it on the show. So the latest review came from Bunny Bites, and she has been listening since the 18th episode of Tranquility du Jour, which was actually Hip Tranquil Chick back then. So she writes, I've been listening to Kimberly's podcast since her 18th episode. Her casts have led me to so many valuable resources, from choosing my life coach to business information. I find her information as helpful and relevant today as then. She helps me lead a more aware, informed, and graceful life. Thanks, Kimberly, for your dedication and for maintaining the quality of content you put out in the world. Thank you. I so appreciate you taking a moment to pin this review on iTunes. And thank you for listening since, my goodness, that would have been 05, maybe early 06. So thank you so much. Also, a reminder, you can find all the episodes at kimberlywilson.com/podcast, along with the Tranquility du Jour app. And you can also subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you never miss an episode of Tranquility du Jour. A few things that are upcoming. I'll be in Montreal in mid-September, the 21st through the 22nd at Luna Yoga. Would love to see you. Also, save the date for our fall TDJ Live that's happening September 15th. And this is the free online seasonal event that I do and have been doing for over a decade. Would love to have you join us. It's 1 hour. And then also, those of you who are local, we have the 4-week Tranquility Salon starting September 29th. Would love to have you join us. We have 4 spots left. And listeners, I'm also contemplating, I'm probably going to launch a 4-week virtual Tranquility Salon also, because I've heard from a lot of you that are like, I'm not in DC, I want to do this. And so stay tuned for that. And if you're interested, I'll also be putting out a blog post where you can sign up to be the first to know when this is launched, and I have more scoop on it. Also, October 27th in DC, so you in the DC local area, lots going on, Pugs and Pints happening. And this is our second annual, but our seasonal offering where people get to bring their pugs or any other wonderful type of dog or pig to a local winery or brewery, and then we gather and just have a good time and raise funds for our micro grants. And the great thing is it's happening around Halloween, so that means costumes. New Year's Eve, I'm going to be back to Tranquil Space / YogaWorks Dupont. And then also January 1st is the New Year's Salon here in DC, and that's happening in my office. And there are 7 spots left for that. And I've had people fly in for this. So last year we had somebody come in from New York for it. So know that you don't have to live in DC to participate. Sometimes it's worth hopping on a train, hopping on a plane, or getting on a bus and joining us. And then finally, for those of you planners, Tranquility in Tuscany retreat in 2021. And that's August 28th through September 4th. And there is a link to all of this and more in the show notes, which again, kimberlywilson.com/464. All right, so let's talk summer style. Again, so initially, a listener reached out and was like, how do I wear black in the summer? And, I thought this was really interesting because I think for summertime, it's a lot about color. It's a lot about light, flowy clothing, what have you. And I will say, whenever I was over in Italy a few weeks ago, very few people were in all black, which I am usually in. And so it is one of those things where, particularly like Miami, certain places, right, it's just super duper colorful. The good news is I'll be returning to Paris into the month, and I promise you there's going to be a lot of people in all black, so I feel like I'll be with my people. But the funny thing is black is really classic. That's the beauty of black. The thing is it does absorb heat, right? So, what I have found about how to work with the all black look in summertime, and then I have other tips on summer style, is adding pops of color to your all black look. So for me, maybe that's a scarf in my hair, like a leopard print scarf in my hair, or a pink scarf around my neck, or shoes that have a pop of color. I love pink, so I have pink clogs or gold clogs or silver clogs. Again, it's just that pop of color that helps the black stand out. And earrings, things along those lines, hats. So my suitcase is always all black, and maybe what I'll have is a pop of color with a skirt. I love adding like a fluffy sort of skirt or a leopard print skirt or, something along those lines. I rarely will have that as a top. Maybe I'll have it as a dress. So it's usually like a bottom. If I want any pops of color, then of course the scarf and the hat. But what I also do for summertime with regard to all black is, just a lot of the looser, flowy straps, like thin, skinny straps or small straps versus my traditional uniform of the long sleeve. Now, the funny thing is about long sleeve, though, I will say I will wear it even in the 90s to help block the sunshine. Another thing I will add is a very lightweight denim shirt. So those of you who follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen that. It's great for when I go visit pigs, right? It's a wonderful thing to just have in my bag when I'm running around the city. Like I definitely did this in Venice, where I would just pull it out as it got maybe a little cooler in the evening, or if the sun was just so bright. Of course, you can wear sunscreen, but I also find that sometimes just being covered is helpful. So again, to dress up summer black, just adding pops of color as accessories or as maybe a bottom. Because it's funny, even yesterday I was taking Gizmo, my beloved little pug, to the oncologist for his regular checkup. And, I put on like black shirt, and then I had these leopard print leggings that I've had for years. And I love leopard print bottoms, but I tell you, I just couldn't wear them. I just felt naked or exposed somehow. So I swapped them out for my black capris, and I was happy as a clam. And then, add a pop of color with shoes. So sometimes it's just a mood thing. And also there's just something about black for me. I just feel like it's understated, timeless, and classic. Okay, this doesn't have to mean that you have to do all black, but I wanted to answer the listener's question about black in summer. Now, the other thing for summer style, and I'll give a bit of suggestions from bags and hats and things along those lines, is definitely going for the loose, flowy styles. So I tend to like fitted clothing because it helps me feel swaddled and secure. But this time of the year, loose, flowy is the way to go. And maybe you have loose, flowy over a fitted. So for example, maybe I wear a loose, flowy top like the Tranquility boyfriend tank over capris that are fitted. White sneakers. So I did a blog post last week on my newfound love of white sneakers. Who knew? For years, I have been very anti-sneakers unless I was running or exercising and needed shoes like that for some reason. Now I'm all about the white sneakers. Who knew? We change, we grow, we evolve. Also, natural fibers. So the great thing about the Tranquility line is it's bamboo and or organic cotton. And so it's really great, say, versus like a polyester or something where it really holds in the moisture. So natural fibers with fabrics that let you breathe. Okay, the other thing is basic color combos. So going monochromatic, I think always looks nice. Of course, a lot of people love the white jeans. I think they're beautiful. I just think I would be a mess in them. Like they would definitely not be white by the end of the day. So for you, what would be a nice monochromatic look? Even if you love light pink, like a light pink top and then light pink flowy pants or something along those lines. I really love the basic color combos. I think it just really stands out nicely. Also, upcycling your clothing. So for example, if you've got a floor-length skirt, you can turn it into a midi skirt, right? Sometimes I will have my seamstress just cut things off. I had this beautiful full-length skirt that was faux leather that I had gotten, and I had her take off, gosh, it must have been 12 to 18 inches to turn it into a midi skirt. And I just liked it. I felt like it was just more fun and versatile. Also taking long pants to a cropped pant. The crop pant is very popular right now, and you'll be seeing that in our fall collection. And that's basically just like, say, it's like our palazzo pant, which is floor length, but again, just taken up. So it's kind of mid shin. And then also taking a long tee to a long crop top. So I love tees that cover my bum. But if you want something to go with, like, say, a pencil skirt or something along those lines, super cute to then take it up a notch, like, again, 12 to 16 inches, where you're barely showing any belly at all. It's like right almost to the edge of where the waistband would be. But again, it just gives something that you've had for a while a new look. The other thing for summer is bralettes. I'm all about the bralette right now. So for years, I've really just lived in our Tranquility bandeau bra. Still love that. I'm wearing it now. I find it incredibly comfortable. But there's also really something lovely about bralettes. Now, those of you who wear bras regularly, and what I mean by that is kind of like the traditional type of a bra versus, say, the bandeau that, I typically wear. There's something very light and sexy and feminine and easy about the bralettes. Like, they're typically a very soft, stretchy lace, and they look super duper cute, kind of peeking out of various things. And they're just not as heavy as a traditional bra. And I know, of course, this won't work for everyone, but something that I have found that is really great for summer style. Woven scarves. So I will typically have a scarf in my bag because, in DC, it's in the 90s regularly, super duper humid, but you get out of that and you walk into air conditioning and I'm chilly, super chilly. So if I've got a scarf that I can wrap around my shoulders, so helpful. Even this week, I pulled out my fleece infinity scarf because I was wearing something it was the boyfriend tank, right? So it's sleeveless, and I knew I would be going into a cafe that was going to be quite air conditioned. So I pulled out my fleece scarf and I'm wrapping it around myself. Yet it's easier than carrying an additional full layer. So scarves are really wonderful for summer style. A straw bag is also super duper cute. So you'll see people in Europe taking these to the farmer's market, and the US also. And they're just really, really cute because they just scream kind of summertime and lightness and natural fibers. Love these. The other thing I also always have in my bag is a net French market bag for farmers markets, for grocery stores, for things along those lines. So it's always in my bag. And what's really interesting, I got a little history around this, is during the 17th century in Normandy, France, French peasants began making netting for fishing, sports, hammocks, and market bags. And Filt, which is a brand, F-I-L-T, was formed in 1860 and continues to uphold its quality and tradition in each piece. So what's great about these, they're strong, expandable, practical, and ecological. So I love these bags. I have one in natural that I will always travel with, but then I have a much smaller one that's pink that a friend picked up for me and is just always in my bag because you never know when you're like, oh, let me just stop into the store and pick up, one of those big things of spinach or something along those lines that may not fit into your bag. So always having one of those, I think, is really nice for summer style, really, and beyond. Going light on jewelry. Hats are really wonderful. And so the whole time I was traveling in Italy, I had a hat that was foldable. And it's a hat I've had for, my gosh, actually since I started the podcast, because I remember starting this podcast in September of 2005, being at a wedding in Mexico. And I had this hat then. So I still have it. I think I paid like $8 for it. And it's collapsible. So I can fold it up and stick it in my bag and then pull it out when I need it. So having hats that are portable and practical and keep the sun off, so great. And of course, there's straw hats everywhere that are darling. They were all over Italy for sale, and those look really great, super cute too. Just the tricky thing about those is they're not necessarily always foldable, and I like the foldable aspect. Of course, going light on makeup, this time of the year, no one wants to feel like all this stuff is kind of like melting off our skin. So kind of light, natural makeup. For me, that's always mascara and then always a red lip and then sometimes a little bit of eyeliner. So that's my go-to for summer kind of makeup. So again, just light there, something that feels not heavy. Sunglasses, critical. So I love me some sunglasses. I picked up a new pair for 10 euros in Italy, and I'll be showing a photo of my pickups from Italy, which were 4 items for 100 euros. So it's a long, flowy dress, black, of course, a pink tulle, like fluffy floor-length skirt, a leopard print one-piece swimsuit, and then these little rose-colored sunglasses, all for 10 euros. So for me, whenever I travel, I'm not so much about like the t-shirts or, getting lots of souvenirs or things like that to take back. It'll usually be a couple pieces of clothing that I will wear and remember that time and that experience. Also for hair, having it up, I'm all about kind of like the clips, but doing the buns are super cute. I mean, just a way to kind of have hair off neck can be so nice whenever it's so hot outside. And then, of course, like my kind of go-to for looks is like a tank and leggings. Because again, I can still even dress that up for the office by adding a blazer and heels. A slip dress, the Tranquility slip dress, I just adore. I have 6 of them with the perfect pant or the palazzo pant. Really nice. So it's a floor length pant with a longer kind of dress over it that's just nice and flowy. And I wore that all over Italy. Wide leg jumpsuits. Look for the possible new edition of one. I'm meeting with my seamstress tonight to go over the latest sample of it. But the great thing about one pieces is they're wonderful for packing, for traveling, and they're just super duper comfy. Maxi dresses. So they're great too. Floor length maxi dresses, nice and flowy, and you can wear them to work with, say, heels and a blazer. But then, you've got your bare shoulders, take off the blazer and add sneakers or a sandal, and you've got a really great look for, say, the beach or for a more casual evening out. Wrap dresses are a go-to for sure, and you're going to love for Tranquility for this fall. I'm doing a duster wrap. So you can wear it as kind of this long sort of duster. I had a sample done that I took all over Italy and wore, loved it. But then you can also use a tie to wrap it and it becomes a dress. So cute. Can't wait to share that. And then, of course, crop top with something like palazzos. So cute. And palazzos are those big flowy pants. All right. So those are my ideas on summer style. And of course, ways to work with that all black for those of you who too are also into kind of the monochromatic look. Now, in the show notes, you're going to find a link to a packing checklist. And in this is basically clothing ideas for 2 weeks. And I base this off of times that I will travel for 2 weeks and kind of like, okay, here's the rundown of what I typically bring and wear. And so in addition, I've got tips, tools, and a 2-week packing list. So I'll just read through a few of these now. So tips is wearing your bulkiest items when you travel. So I'm all about like a bunch of layers when I travel. That way, if you're in a super air-conditioned place, you're all set. And then, too, it's just lighter on your suitcase. I also have a tendency to roll my clothing. The bamboo can be a bit on the heavier side, bamboo clothing of Tranquility. So I'm all about kind of rolling. It's amazing what you can fit into a suitcase. Packing products that serve multiple purposes, right? So like a body or face moisturizer that does both, something that's like a shampoo and a soap, or something such as Dr. Bronner's, which is really nice for all sorts of things. I know a lot of people love that too when they're camping. Also, sticking to versatile pieces that can be worn in multiple ways, such as a skirt that can also be a dress. Like we have a maxi skirt that's super cute that you can also pull up and turn into a dress. And of course, we also have the skirt dress, which is designed exclusively for that. And then having a sort of capsule wardrobe, that's really nice and easy to make sure that you have all your favorite pieces that mix and match. And then things that I like to travel with is a travel yoga mat, so it's nice and light, a scented candle and lighter, earplugs for sure. I always have that on the plane, and an eye mask for those of you who like to have it nice and dark when you sleep, lavender oil and parfum, an assortment of teas and treats. I always carry a variety of teas in my bag along with a reusable straw and a reusable fork and a spoon now. Medication, journal, and pens, reusable water bottle, of course your camera or smartphone, chargers, travel-sized toiletries, a razor and tweezers, Band-Aids, because nothing's worse than if you're walking around a lot in shoes that you're not used to walking, say 12,000 steps in. It can be really helpful to have Band-Aids. Face oil, mascara, lipstick, slippers. I like slippers whenever I'm kind of wandering around an Airbnb or a hotel, or of course flip-flops work too. Travel-sized detergent, headphones, passport, don't forget that, books and travel guides. And then I also have a packing list that you will find in that PDF handout. And then finally, I wanted to chat just a moment about transitional style. Okay, so how do we take our summer wardrobe into fall? So here are a few ideas that I have found to be super easy, again, because I don't want to have a summer and a winter wardrobe. What I do is I have one wardrobe and then I just layer things. So adding tights with your summer sandals. One look that I think is really cute too is the over the knee socks with sandals. And so that's great for with skirts in the fall season, or of course with tights. Adding boots to, say, a shorter skirt or a summer dress is really cute, or to a tunic, adding tall boots. Scarves, of course, you can't go wrong with adding scarves to add a little additional warmth and layering to your summer looks to turn it into more of a fall look. Adding turtlenecks under your summer dresses. Again, a really great way to keep that wardrobe, that summer wardrobe, but add in some layered pieces that will help you stay nice and cozy. Long sleeve tops or wraps over tank tops. So as I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite looks is the slip dress over the perfect pant or palazzo pant. Well, whenever it is cooler outside, I'll also add, it's like layer, the 2-in-1 fitted top, which is like my favorite kind of go-to piece and that I live in the majority of the year when it's not 90 degrees. And that's really cute. So again, layer. And if I need more layers, I will then in turn, add something like the long sleeve wrap tunic over the 2-in-1 fitted that is over the slip dress and the pant. A chunky sweater over a maxi dress, super duper cute. So also shorts with tights. So that's a cute look and a way to keep wearing those shorts. And thigh-high socks, again, with a mini dress is really, really cute. And, you may even feel like, oh, I don't want to show that it's a thigh-high sock, so I'll have a skirt that will cover that. But you know that it's a sock and then it'll feel a little lighter than, say, a full tight. So those are some ideas that I have on transitioning your summer wardrobe into fall. So I hope this has been helpful, right? As you think about the different ways to keep using your same look, your same style, whether that's all black, all white, or a variety of colors, the whole rainbow, and to feel like you're really able to express your signature style. Savvy sources. So I have a link to the latest Tea with Kimberly video and watch for a new one coming shortly. I also have a link to the Tranquil packing list, Tranquil travel packing list. Then also, I'd love to hear, what are your takeaways from today's podcast? Share your summer style, your favorite looks using hashtag TDJ podcast. And of course, if you're wearing Tranquility, then hashtag Tranquility Style also. And then I'd love it if you'd take a screenshot of you listening to the show, post it, tag me at Tranquility du Jour. And then just a brief reminder about all the resources available to you from Year of Tranquility, which is a book that came out in January and comes with 5 bonuses. Also the Tranquility du Jour Daybook, which just came out and it comes with 4 bonuses. Also, you can find me posting over on Instagram, on Facebook, and then YouTube, all at Tranquility du Jour. There's also a link in the show notes to Tranquility, my locally sewn, seasonless, vegan, eco-friendly fashion line, a link to my books and the podcast app, and then also read about my passion for animals. So compassion is a tenet of Tranquility du Jour, and this just tells a little bit of the background of my obsession with animals dating back to turtles as a child. So thank you, as always, for tuning in. It's a treat to be with you, and I can't wait to see your photos or hear how you are incorporating your summer style. Namaste.